Hello, I'm Achut Nair from Nair's Aviation Ground School. This is the 46th video in a new series of educational and informative aviation videos for the aspiring pilot. The low-cost airline is a mainstay of the aviation industry today. A variety of airlines service cheap transportation to millions of people around the world. Despite the widespread use of low-cost carriers, the idea of providing cheap air transport is a relatively new idea in aviation, and one of the pioneers of cheap airlines recently passed away. This video is about Herb Kelleher. Herbert David Kelleher was an American billionaire, airline executive, and lawyer. He was the co-founder and later CEO and chairman emeritus of Southwest Airlines until his death just a few days ago. Kelleher was born on March 12, 1931, in Camden, New Jersey. Herb Kelleher, whose father was a general manager at a Campbell's soup factory, received his bachelor's degree from Wesleyan College and his law degree from New York University. He practiced law on the East Side before relocating to Texas with the intent to start his own law firm. In 1967, along with one of his legal clients, Herb Kelleher co-founded Southwest Airlines. Their vision for the company was revolutionary at the time, eliminating unnecessary services and utilizing secondary airports in order to offer the lowest fares in the industry. In 1981, Kelleher became president and CEO of Southwest, and his dynamic leadership style has been celebrated both in the press and among company's employees. Southwest Airlines is the fifth largest airline in the United States, and the only one to turn a profit for more than 24 consecutive years. Southwest Airlines is an American low-cost carrier, with operations in the US, Mexico, Cuba, Costa Rica, Belize, Aruba, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, the Bahamas, and the Dominican Republic. Often cited as a success story, in a time where many airlines are failing, Southwest Airlines began humbly. Holding on to their identity and legacy while growing rapidly, along with providing customers with the best fares possible, has allowed Southwest Airlines to maintain its grip on the airline industry in the United States. More than 46 years since starting scheduled service, Southwest has been consistently growing and outperforming its rivals, while remaining the darling of the aviation public. Southwest Airlines is in a league of its own, with no other airline possessing all the distinguishing features of this American success story. Southwest Airlines was the first major American airline with an African American chief pilot. Louis Freeman, Southwest's first black pilot, was hired in 1980 and named chief pilot in 1992. Southwest Airlines is the only airline in the world who has never laid off an employee, even in 47 years of operation. Southwest Airlines is the only airline in the world with 44 years of consecutive profits, even in the financially devastating period after 9/11. Southwest was named Airline of the Year in 2015 by Air Transport World and was chosen as one of the 20 best employers in the United States. Southwest Airlines also has the lowest amount of complaints among airlines in the United States. Southwest also flies the highest number of passengers of any American airline annually, which makes its low complaints even more astounding. Southwest is the largest Boeing 737 operator in the world, while also being the largest low-cost carrier in the world. The scope of the operations of Southwest belies its reputation as one of the top 10 safest airlines in the world. Southwest is an airline of superlatives, and the superlative stature of the airline was earned due to Herb Kelleher's management. Under Kelleher's leadership, Southwest succeeded by a strategy of offering low fares to its passengers, eliminating unnecessary service, using a single aircraft type, the Boeing 737, avoiding the hub and spoke scheduling system used by other airlines in favor of building point-to-point traffic, and focusing on secondary airports such as Chicago Midway instead of Chicago O'Hare and Orange County, California. The company he founded and built has consistently been named the most admired companies in America in Fortune magazine's annual poll. Fortune has also called him perhaps the best CEO in America. Kelleher's outrageous personality created a corporate culture which made Southwest employees well known for taking themselves lightly but doing their jobs seriously. His culture leadership was well demonstrated in an arm wrestling event in March 1992. Shortly after Southwest started using the Just Plain Smart motto, Stevens Aviation, who had been using Plain Smart for their motto, threatened a trademark lawsuit, which was resolved between Kelleher and Stevens Aviation CEO Kurt Herwald in an arm wrestling match, now known as the Malice in Dallas. Kelleher lost the match, but was allowed to continue using the slogan in exchange for a charitable donation and conceding Southwest's legal claim to the slogan. In addition, Southwest employees have become known for being very jolly, often singing the in-flight announcements to the tunes of songs. However, this does not mean they don't take their jobs seriously. Kelleher summed up his commitment to his employees in the widely quoted statement, "Your employees come first, and if you treat your employees right, guess what? Your customers come back, and that makes your shareholders happy. Start with employees and the rest follows from that." Kelleher was the recipient of over 100 awards and honors in the worlds of business and aviation during his life. In 1988, he was inducted into the Texas Business Hall of Fame. In 1993, he was the recipient of the Tony Jannus Award for Outstanding Leadership in the Commercial Aviation Industry. Chief Executive Magazine named him CEO of the Year for 1999. Kelleher was inducted into the International Air and Space Hall of Fame at the San Diego Air and Space Museum in 2002. In 2005, he received the L. Welch Progue Award for Lifetime Achievement in Aviation. In 2008, he was inducted into the National Aviation Hall of Fame. In 2014, the section of Cedar Springs Road in Dallas, Texas, leading to Love Field Airport, the headquarters airport of Southwest, was officially renamed Herb Kelleher Way. Kelleher was a superlative man managing a superlative airline. Herb Kelleher passed away on the morning of January 3, 2019. The reason for his death was not disclosed, but Kelleher had battled with cancer in the late 1990s. Southwest Airlines released a eulogy stating, "Herb has been quoted as saying, 'It is my practice to try to understand how valuable something is by trying to imagine myself without it. We now have to imagine ourselves without Herb. Our founding father has passed on, but the legacy that he left to each of us is still very much alive.'" Herb Kelleher was a pioneering man, the co-founder of one of the most successful airlines in the history of aviation. Southwest Airlines began humbly, but with Kelleher's guidance, went on to break records and perform better than any of its competitors. It is the only airline in the world to continuously post profits for more than 4 decades, year after year, while the airlines around it crumpled and collapsed. Herb Kelleher was truly a visionary, and Southwest Airlines is a testament to his profound managerial abilities. For more information, please contact us at liftanddrag@gmail.com and visit our website, nyersaviation.webnode.com. Also visit our YouTube channel, Nyers Aviation. Thank you, and safe flying.